Winter is throwing us a serious curveball. After dealing with some brutally cold temperatures in the United States, we are now gearing up for a warm up. So, what's behind this drastic change and how long it will last? Let's break it down. This is a couple of days ago where much of the country was in a deep freeze. The Arctic air plunged into the south, bringing subzero wind chills and some of the coldest air we've seen this season. Places like North Dakota saw even close to negative 50-degree wind chills. Now, many of those areas are about to see a major warm up, especially up in the Midwest and again across the Gulf Coast. Now, let's take a look about why this change up is happening. Now, this is a viewpoint of the jet stream from the same time point 72 hours ago. You can see it's very low across the United States, bringing in plenty of polar air from the poles. But as we progress through, you can start to see it clears out and moves more north, allowing for more warm air to flow northward, bringing plenty of warm temperatures to the United States. Now let's take a look at what those could look like. Looking at the temperature anomaly map, this progressed this time of where we have really cold temperatures right now into the future. So as we progress, the cold temperatures start moving eastward out of the United States, and you can see this really warm air mass start to dominate the Midwest and then eventually move all the way into the East Coast as it warms up many areas. So really, who is going to see the really far above average temperatures? And I would say the center of the United States right here is what's going to see the really warm temperatures. Now, for other parts of the country, they're not going to get out of the warmth. The Northeast is also going to be slightly above average, and then the Southeast might be a little bit colder, and this is actually from a storm system that's moving through. Now let's go into the long-range forecast. Let's continue our way down as the warm air keeps going. This is getting towards the end of the week now. You can start to see we might have a pattern flip right back to the cold air. But judging by this amount of cold air, I'd say it's definitely not as cold as we have had, but probably again down into some lower temperatures. Now I want to time out your temperatures each day of the week here. So right now we have current temperatures here in the morning, and we'll progress into Monday afternoon as your highs. You can see plenty of 60s and even 70s across the south, and again 30s are going to feel plenty warm in the north across here. Progressing into Tuesday, you can see again plenty of warm temperatures inching more and more north as we progress. Then Wednesday afternoon, you can start to see the warmer temperatures start shifting a little bit more eastward, but again plenty of warm temperatures, and this finish out the week. Thursday, you can see we might have a cold front come through, so you can see this really big temperature gradient, but nothing as cold as it was. And lastly, for your Friday, we can start to notice how the cold air starts to make a return. But this is starting getting a little bit out of range of our forecast, so we'll definitely have to keep an eye on this colder air returning to the United States. So from frigid air to feeling like spring, this is one of the wild weather swings that remind us how fast things can really change of this time of year. Let us know in the comments how are temperatures looking in your area and what you want, cold air or warm air. And as always, stay tuned for more updates.